Can you hear me okay? Yeah. So first of all, thanks to Eden Court for giving me the commission to do and trusting me to write a poem. And also thanks to everyone who spoke to me, because it's a community-led poem. I went and spoke to different groups around the Highlands and individuals to get their thoughts and feelings about our lives, our freedom then and now, because it's 80 years since the end of World War II. So for the framing of the poem that I've created with the help of people's contributions, I looked at the original Universal Declaration of Human Rights to try and keep it within a framework which deals with the freedom of speech, the freedom of worship, freedom from want, meaning our living standards, freedom from fear, and it also included freedom of asylum. So this poem wouldn't exist without everyone's contributions, so thank you so much to everyone who's come along and supported and given me their thoughts. So I'll get started. Freedom from fascism. From groups round the Highlands, these voices chime, reaching across borders, distance and time. Encounters in classes, halls, online, a shed, expressed by incomers and those born and bred. Old, young, a local hero, restless natives. Do you mind if I start again? Because I just missed a line out, didn't I? Because I'm a bit nervous. I will start again. It's not being filmed. Well, it maybe is. Freedom from fascism. From groups round the Highlands, these voices chime, reaching across borders, distance and time. Encounters in classes, halls, online, a shed, expressed by incomers and those born and bred. Directors, volunteers, tradies, creatives, old, young, a local hero, restless natives, multi-denominations, this choir's hymn, sing solidarity, freedom from fascism. Though tyrants threat, though lions rage and roar, defy them all and fear not to win out. 1603, Ungodly Dream by Elizabeth Melville, Lady Courus. Freedom of asylum. For freedom, a flag is flown in Glenmore, raised for a resistance forced into war. 80 years since its enemy withdrew, each cross on this flag flies red, white and blue, displayed for Norwegians who weathered storms, occupied their exiles trained in the cairngorms. Mountains where the heroes of Telemark's path shared words scribed in Nan Shepherd's epigraph. Islands are united by the bottom of the sea. 1934, The Living Mountain by Nan Shepherd. But a lamppost made into a flagstaff by a social media guerrilla flies a divisive cross near Cameron Barracks, which to me appears ultra-nationalistic. Such unwelcoming posts stir tea with Mussolini that send the wrong message to asylum seekers and forget the meaning in John Barba's freedom. The anger, na the wretched doom, that is couplet to foul thraldom. 14th century, The Bruce by John Barba. Freedom from fear. From World War II to a village primary school, records show Czech children escaped Nazi rule. Enrolled like them, a new class makes analogies, exclaiming, "That's like us with Ukraine refugees." Depicted from real footage, a Russian shows me Ordinary Fascism, a documentary, memories of the previous generation, saved to serve as a warning and education. Where they burn books, they will ultimately burn people as well. 1820, Almansor, A Tragedy by Heinrich Heine. Rocky Horror was great, like the lid coming off, tells a man, and Sebastian at the cinema. But I'd walk out of gay nightclubs into gangs of guys no wishing me well, being homophobic. I was lucky, twice there was a taxi, but half my mate's face was rebuilt with steel plates when he got a kicking that could have killed him. Your enemies around you watch with cheerful laughter, bending their bows. 1907, Saint Sebastian by Valery Brusov. Freedom from want. Freedom, a grand tells me, is having a voice, rights to control my own body, my choice, education. Our sixth form did protests in Ireland, even till the 80s there Durex was banned. Dealing with MS, a young guy shares he gets good care. One pal's in a bungalow since needing a chair. Made accessible, they fitted waist-high each plug. So we're both well looked after, but it's just potluck. And who could get and what they got was at the Kirk's decision. 1873, Ballad of the Monkland Cotter by Janet Hamilton. Even Highland Council employs some staff relief. Did you see that Ken Loach 0 Hours drama? Scotland signed the promise, but care services for children are falling short of basic. They took pensions away from women, WASPy, and in the past, the courthouse jailed army deserters who needed to bring in the harvest on the farm. They, and be damned, what right have they to meet or sleep or light of day? 1786, Address of Beelzebub, Robert Burns. Freedom of speech. From a black husband's white wife comes measured thought. Racism's learned behaviour, it can be untaught. Everyone has free speech. You can still cause offence, except that doesn't mean words have no consequence. Diverse, our stories in the Highland archives officially transcribed transgender lives, making this marks powerful because it's public. Some young ones don't know how things can change quick. The life that I have is all that I have, and the life that I have is yours. 1944, The Life That I Have by Leo Marx, cryptographer. It was a code poem in World War II. Everyone agrees they feel bombarded with stuff. I'm told we're controlled. Watch The Social Dilemma. Kids are so anxious now. If they went on protest, they'd be filmed online forever. It's so toxic. Forbidden Planet's egg monsters are like AI. And Reform posts fake news that falsely accuses an SNP of sectarianism. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. 1808, Marmion by Walter Scott. Freedom of worship. Faith guides a woman who through Christianity reads her Bible and runs a charity, establishing schools where they wouldn't exist. Everything, everywhere, all at once, says a Buddhist, depicts how thoughts, feelings and actions affect ourselves and others. Karma's cause and effect. Maybe there's a higher power. I've no fixed views, says an agnostic, and it's my right to choose. Qurans and Bibles, even a martyr's bone, all these and more my heart can tolerate, for my religion's love and love alone. 11th century, the Lazumiyat by Al-Ma'ari. A mum states, 50,000 kids, says UNICEF, have now been killed or injured in Gaza. But I'm scared if I bang my protest drums, I'll get arrested or be branded anti-Semitic. My dad was in Stalag 8B in World War II. Prison camps like the Great Escape, a local explains. They were forced on a death march just before freedom. Genocide, whether committed in time of peace or in time of war, is a crime under international law. 1948, Convention on the Prevention of the Crime of Genocide by the United Nations. Thank you.